This is a Cerec machine that can be used to take a digital impression and can go on to make a permanent crown for a patient in one visit. So with the Cerec Connect, we can do digital scans, and the way you do that, you open the program. You can either add a patient, or if the patient's already had a scan done, you can go to their existing patient file. So in this case, we're going to add a patient. You would add the patient's last name, first name, date of birth, if you have a patient ID, and what dentist is going to be seeing that patient. After you enter the patient's information, you will hit Add Case. It'll bring you to this screen. You'll pick if you want it to be a single restoration or a bridge restoration with more than one. Once you decide if it's a single or a bridge, you will pick the according button. If you want a bridge, you would come down here to bridge, or if it's a single, go to single, and pick what you want. Do you want a full contour, or you want it veneered, or do you want it to make an inlay or onlay, or an abutment for an implant? Once you choose, then you would choose what tooth you are going to put the crown on. Then you'll come to the bottom, you'll select your material, and that is depending on the doctor's preference. In this case, we're going to use the zirconia. Then you'll pick your shade that you want your tooth to be. You pick your shade guide, and then what shade group you want it in, and then what actual shade. There's many different shade guides, but in this case, it's going to be an A2 shade. If for some reason the patient's had a root canal on the tooth you're putting a crown on, and the stump is dark, you want to make sure you also pick the stump shade. So again, you would come to whatever shade guide you use, and then pick a shade. In this case, it's C3. Once you're done picking the restoration and the material and the shade, then you click the OK button. Now you are ready to start scanning for your restoration. You will hit the double arrows, and then you'll start scanning. Relax, relax. Is that okay? Mm-hmm. Okay.
You just want to hover right over the teeth, and it makes that woodpecker sound whenever it's scanning, and then it kind of, let's see if I can make it not stitch. It'll make a different sound whenever it's not stitching together, like that sound right there. And since we're working on 3, I'm just going to go ahead and cut 3 out. And you always cut all the gums out, and then a little bit of the contacts here and a little bit of the contacts there. Okay, and then we would do a bite. Run it right down your back teeth and hold just like that. And you can do this before you prep or after you prep. It doesn't change how the crown is fabricated. So normally we just get as much information as we can before the doctor gets in here. So all he has to scan is the prep too. Because even though you glaze it, if you leave like a scratches on here, it's going to show up. So you just want to kind of smooth everything off. So, and you can use whatever stain you want to, just depending on like what the patient's teeth look like. So most of the time, you know, the gingiva is a little darker, gingival margin, and you just paint it on there. Okay, that's pretty. So you just open it and I'll put it on this. You put it in there, make sure it's in the middle, not touching anything. And you always press start and it gives you a time.